you, heater. I'm glad you're working. Well, good morning, everybody. Well, actually, it's Sunday afternoon. And of course, the phone rings. Oh, half a ring and then it quit. Probably a telemarketer, right? We know how that goes. Okay, today I am going to, once again, be demonstrating how I turn a diamond painting pen. But today I want to show, because of the nature of the type of blank that it is, it's got, I use gumball pods in the pour with Alumilite and then dyed colors. It's a purple and gold representing LSU. Congratulations, my team. And anyway, my gumballs are not stabilized like Cactus Juice and a vacuum chamber. All I do is I put Minwax wood hardener in a cup, put the gumballs in the cup, and harden them that way. But when you are turning pine cones and gumballs and different natural material media, they tend to be very brittle. So when I'm turning this blank, I'm going to constantly be adding CA glue, acrylic glue, in a water thin type to reinforce that blank so it doesn't let the gumball fall apart and let the pen blank itself fall apart. So hopefully it'll keep it together. So I'm going to show you right now how I do that. What I'm doing today is I'm turning a diamond painting pen to start off with. I need to drill holes in the ends. I keep shims on hand so that I can get right in the center of the blank. There we go. Lock down my tailstock. And I go in 7 turns on my handle. That works on my lathe for me. And this is a gumball pod. That's what we call them where I'm from. There might be a more scientific name for it, but I'm not sure. But there are a lot of voids in, but you can see the little voids around the gumball. So anyway, don't mind me, I'm just talking to myself this morning. I do that quite well. And put some light on the subject. Tighten up my tailstock. And I'm running between drive centers, or with a drive center and tailstock. A live center in the tailstock. I have done this before once or twice. I know it's hard to believe. Bring up my tailstock. Tighten up the drive center in the piece. Then I bring up my tool rest. And I want an equal gap between the tool rest and the blank. I'm going to turn and run wide open on the RPM. Okay, here I'm using my crown tool 3/4 inch roughing gouge. Ah, good. There's what I wanted to see. If you look here, the voids in between the points of the gumball pod, they chipped out the acrylic, so it leaves a hole. And what my main purpose is right off the bat with the roughing gouge is to achieve a cylinder and then get a uniform size or diameter. Okay. Now that I have a diameter shape, or a cylindrical shape to the blank, and even getting some more chip out, I'm going to take my stick fast CA glue in the thin, and I'm going to apply it to the gumball to reinforce it. Now I'm going to allow that to soak into the wood on its own, or the gumball. I'm not going to apply any accelerator at this point because I want that to soak in as much as it will, or as much as it can. I'm going to sharpen my tool real quick. Alright, now it's still a little tacky. So I apply the activator, and because I let that set a little bit longer, it didn't foam up like it would normally. Alright, I have a sharp tool. I'm going to take my small skew chisel, all I'm doing here is trying to achieve a shape. I'm going to use my Easy Wood carbide cutter. I've achieved the shape that I want. I've got a lot of little cutout divots here. First off, we're going to go with the thin stick fast CA again and reinforce the gumball and allow this to soak in. You can see there how dry the gumball is. So I'm going to let that soak in again. Oh, while we're waiting, what I'm doing here is on my skew chisel, I'm taking a diamond stone and just honing the edge of it, keeping it sharp without having to go back to the grinder, because that puddle's wet, it's going to foam. And all I'm going to do here now is take my easy tool and knock off the exterior super glue. Take my skew, very nice. Okay, feels really good. Okay, now that I have my shape smoothed down, everything about how I like it, there's still a little bit of gappage right there. I'm going to take medium super glue and fill the holes, or voids, whatever you want to call them. I don't care, call it whatever you want. And right there. Now I'm going to activate the CA and let that set once again, and go hone my carbide tool real quick. My carbide. I have all of my little voids filled. Now I'm going to turn the speed down on my lathe and run it at about 1000 RPM. I'm going to take 180 grit sandpaper and I'm going to dry sand. And all I'm doing here is knocking down the little ridges that I have from the CA glue. Once that's done, look, there's another void. When you're sanding around the voids of the gumball pod or a pine cone from the pine cone seeds, there's always a little gap underneath the first layer of the super glue, CA glue. So I take my accelerator and harden that up. Turn my lathe back on. Alright, real quick, turn my speed up again and knock that down. Alright, we'll inspect this again. And done. Everything looks, nope, there's still a gap. This is the time-consuming part when it comes to pine cones and seed type media in a blank. I've got some customers that say, why do you charge so much? Well, it's not just a matter of turning it. You got to fill in all these little voids to make the pin perfect. All right. Go over it one more time. Check it again. Alright, there we go. Now, we've sanded it. We've been over it with the 180. Now I'm going to hit it with 240 grit sandpaper. Alright, now, when you're sanding with the rotating of the lathe going this way, you got to take a piece of sandpaper and go with the grain, or from end to end. And that way you're going to remove those circular scratches. Spend a little bit of time here. Pay attention to what you're doing, because you want this blank to look good when you start to finish it. You don't want a bunch of grooves going the wrong way or around the pin and showing up under your finish. If you get that, then you've wasted a lot of time. And I'm sanding at about a 45-degree angle to the workpiece. Now, right here I notice I got a little bit more tool mark and sanding marks that are going around the blank. And I want to get as much of that out as I can. I really like my pen to look beautiful. Now, really quick, man. I want to take a piece of paper towel and I'm going to use acetone, because it flashes off really fast and it won't affect the finish, and it'll show me any scratches that might be left. I got a little bit of tool mark right there that I want to get out. I'm going to go from 240 grit sandpaper to 400 grit, and hopefully it's gritty enough to knock out those tool marks. Because there's not a whole lot there, just a little bit. Oops, still some. Okay, wipe it one more time with acetone. And the next step, I'm going to put a CA finish on this. I'm going to start out with thin. I'm going to set my speed at 750. Each time I'm going to get a clean piece of my paper towel. Accelerator, thin, accelerator, thin, find a clean piece of paper towel. You never want to use the same spot of your paper towel. If you do, it will harden and it'll scratch the previous level. Alright, now we're going to go from thin to medium CA. 3 drops, medium CA. And one more coat. My micro mesh in water, and I'm going to wet sand. I'm going to start off first with 600 grit, very light touch, and all I'm doing is smoothing the roughness of the CA. Take my piece of clean paper towel, wipe, and then just go through the grits of the micro mesh. Not putting a lot of pressure here, because I don't want to remove all of the CA I just put on there. Alright, stop it. Go with the green again, end to end. Alright, now I've gone through each one of my colors of the micro mesh. Now I'm going to use Ac polish. And this will get out any fine imperfections. It might still be in the CA glue. Try and get off most of the material. Go to a clean spot on the paper towel. And then I'm going to use Ac restoring paste. Just a little bit. Goes a long way on this. Then find another clean section of paper towel. We'll reverse it. That was not what I wanted. Purple and gold gumball pod, whatever you call it from wherever you're from, finished in CA using Ac polish. And there you have it. Diamond painting pen with gumball pod, Alumilite with gold and purple. Turned out really amazing. Alright everybody, my name's Kevin. Thanks for watching. I hope my technique on diamond, or any pen for that matter, my technique for using CA is helping you out. You're learning something. If you like what I'm doing, give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment in the comment section below. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.